the stream. Hello. Is anyone there? Let me check. Do 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 do. I have one sub already. Who subbed? Who subbed to me, man? Tra-la-leo, tra-la-la. Let me go to the studio. Oh, where is it? View channel. Grind. Sub. No one's viewing, man. Yo. Hello, hello everyone. To the stream. Wait, my streams don't have audio. Why don't they have audio? What?
Well, let me turn our attention, if I may, back to this example.
Why don't my streams have audio? Let me check it. Isn't the audio captured? I should sort that out. Audio, audio, audio. Okay. Don't my streams have audio? Don't my streams have audio? No, my streams have audio. Literally no one in chat that can tell me. settings. How in the world? Do I have to add an audio device? How the last two streams did not have any audio. Man. Okay. Input. Wait, I think I also need to add the desktop audio. Yes, I delete this. Hello, hello. I'm the only viewer on this bloody stream. Yo, 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 everyone. I need to figure this thing out. Okay. Dude, I cannot hear the thing. Hello? How in the world do I exit this mode? Yo, I really need to figure out this thing. Exited studio mode. Still cannot hear my audio. Yo, chat. I guess this talking head is working. Yo, now I guess I can hear it. Okay, I know what to do. Delete. Audio delete. Display audio delete. Yeah. Delete. Yes. Now to add the audio devices. Mic aux. Okay. Now I can. Now it's working. Yo everyone. How in the world do I add in the desktop audio? Let me see. Audio. Chrome. Okay. Let me see. Audio. Let me see if
Something is Pythonic if it's just the
Let me see if.
Something is Pythonic if it's just the
Okay. Now I can do this. Yo, what's up, man? This took a while. I think I just might increase the gain a little. Yo, can anyone hear me? Yo, what's up, chat? Yo, hello, everyone. I might have a better idea for the mic, at least the mic situation, but I'll do it tomorrow. Like, I'm gonna allocate like 10 gigs too. Where the hell do I have dumps? I'm gonna make a new folder by projects. 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 Yo. So what's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm gonna be doing my CS50 Python course on streaming, basically. Uh, I don't really know what to expect. How do I drag the desktop audio? Copy. No, who cares? Okay, I just have the Chrome audio put in. So I'm currently on conditionals. So let's complete this lecture. But first, I need to download VS Code. VS Code. What is agent mode? I'm gonna just download it directly. Now watch me whip. Now watch me nay nay. Okay, no. What do I wanna code? Python projects. First, I need to download. No, VS Code is downloading. I also need to download Python. So, install Python. Is this the extension or something? Buddy, baby, right in Goku. Which downloaded. Let's do I accept. Next. Do I want to install it here? It's okay, I guess. Studio code. Next. Desktop icon. Yes. Add path to required shell. Open. Next. Next. Installing. So I am installing Python. Oh, it's installing. Let's see what happens. Arigato. Case. Finish. Why the world do I even want to learn Python? Agent mode, analyze the problem plant. I'm not gonna set up AI. Dark theme all the way, but this dark theme. Where is Python? Python, here it is. Python, install. Also need to install Python, so Python, 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 Python. Where is it? Where is it? Download. Should I? Windows 32-bit, 64-bit. Probably not that hard to run Python. Nanas. Ouch, that hurt. Where is the license? How do you even install Python on this? Uh, isn't Python just installed? Let's see. Okay. Print. What the hell? Control I. No man, I just wanna print. Why didn't work the first time? Hello. Hello. World. The first thing literally everyone just does. Let's just run it. I'm gonna store it in the specific folder. Py projects. Save. Python is not installed. Wait. Where is the folder? This is the folder, isn't it? Run. I just... What the hell, man? Wait. I think I just need to watch video first. Oh... What? How to install Python? Video. I'm just gonna watch a video.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to install Python, and I'm going to answer that question for you. Should you add Python to your path? There are quite a few different ways that you can install Python, and I think that can add to the confusion. In this video, we're going to be concentrating on the official installation of Python. But hold on just 1 second. Before we install Python, we just need to double check that you don't have it already installed on your computer, because if you do, that can cause a few problems. We'll do that now. Okay, so let's see if Python is installed. And we're going to do that by opening up the PowerShell. So just press the Windows key on your keyboard or go to the magnifying glass in the taskbar, type in PowerShell. Click Open. That will open up this window here. And I'd like you to type Python followed by a space and then -- version.
Python. The cap lock is on. Python. Version. Python.
So there you can see I have Python installed. And if you don't have Python installed, well, something else will happen. So you'll end up here if you don't have it installed. There's nothing fundamentally wrong with the Microsoft Store version of Python. It just is a little bit restrictive. And so as you progress and want to do more things with Python, then you might not find it gives you all the functionality that you need. So that's why I think you should install the official version from the Python website, which is what we're going to do now. You want to go to python.org, hover over the downloads menu item at the top, and you'll see the download for Windows button. Click on the button and wait for it to download. And now you're pretty much good to go. Incidentally, there's a lot of useful information on the Python website, so it's worth exploring that at some point. But not now, because we're going to carry...
That's what I did. I downloaded the wrong version. Downloads for Windows. Yeah, I just downloaded the wrong thing. On God's green earth. Downloads. I'm just gonna wait, what? I'm supposed to delete it. Delete this. Now install Python.
Carry on with the installation. So go to wherever you download the file, double click on it, and then this happens. What does that mean? Why is there no guidance in this little bit where it says add to path? Let's talk about that. You can launch applications from the command line or from PowerShell, and you do that by typing in a command. So, for example, if you want to launch Notepad, you just type Notepad into the command line or PowerShell, and that will launch the application. Or you can do the same with Excel, you just type Excel. But how does Windows know that when you type Notepad, you want it to launch the Notepad, or the same with Excel? Well, it knows that because you add it to the path. So when you add Python to the path, you're essentially telling the installer to create a shortcut so that when you type Python into the command line or PowerShell, Python will launch. So in most cases, you want to add Python to your path, but not always. And the time you don't want to add Python to your path is if you've previously installed Python and added it to your path before, because you don't want to end up with lots of different versions of Python all added to your path. Actually, that is a situation that can be managed, but it's not very beginner friendly. So assuming that you don't have it added to your path already or installed, you can now, in the installation process, you can click Add Python to my path and go ahead and install Python. And once it's installed, you should be good to go. There's one more thing though that I advise you do, and that is to check out virtual environments, because if you start coding in Python and don't set up virtual environments, that can become a little bit messy as you start to do projects further down the line, and you'll wish that you'd installed and set up virtual environments. So check out my video on virtual environments.
installing Python. And test suite. I kind of learned like Obsidian. Let's check out Obsidian.
In this video, we're going to delve into Obsidian. We're going to look at what it is, how it works, and how it can enhance your thinking and your creativity. Take a look. What do you think? Some people say that it's very complicated, which can be off-putting. It's not, though. The story of Obsidian is a fascinating one. It enables you to have an electronic version of a technique used by many of the great thinkers and writers throughout history. Get yourself comfortable while we dig into Obsidian. In her book, Big Magic, Creative Living Beyond Fear, Elizabeth Gilbert asks the question, do you have the courage to bring forth the treasures that are hidden within you? Obsidian is a tool that will help you uncover those treasures. Oh, that's what I like about it. How do you think? I don't mean at a biological level. I mean, when you're thinking about a subject or an event, what happens? You probably have a series of connected thoughts going through your mind. Some are clustered tightly around a particular topic, others are related but more distant, and some of those thoughts could be relevant to other subjects that aren't currently the focus of your attention. Obsidian is sometimes referred to as a note-taking app, which makes it sound boring and undersells what it's capable of. I see it more as a thought-linking app. Have you heard of Nicholas Luhmann? There's no reason why you should, unless you're a fan of Zettelkasten. Nicholas Luhmann was a social scientist and a prolific writer. He wrote 70 books and almost 400 papers. What subjects did he write on? Well, according to Wikipedia, law, economy, politics, art, religion, ecology, mass media, and love. He attributed his huge capacity for writing to the Zettelkasten method. And a lot of other writers and thinkers have used something similar. Walter Benjamin, Leibniz, Ronald Reagan. This video is not about Ronald Reagan or the Zettelkasten method. But now that I've mentioned it, I'll give you a brief overview because it is very relevant to Obsidian. Zettelkasten is a note-taking method. Each note is an idea, a thought, a piece of information, and each new note is connected to other potentially relevant notes. But wait a minute, that's how we described thought processes earlier on. Linked ideas. And Zettelkasten is designed to mimic the way our brains work, encouraging the emergence of new ideas. Obsidian is fabulous for that. If you want to find out more about Zettelkasten, there's a book. There's always a book, How to Take Smart Notes. This is split into 3 sections. The first section is about Zettelkasten. I mean, it's all related to Zettelkasten, but the first section explains the technique, and then the second section talks about the 4 underlying principles. And the third section is the six steps to successful writing. I thought sections 2 and 3 were better than the first section, but those 2 sections talk about learning or the theory of learning, and I like the book for that reason. And now to Obsidian. And by the way, guess which app I used to write the script for this video? Yes, Obsidian. To get it, you go to obsidian.md and you can download it. Once you've downloaded and installed it, then open it up, and you need to create a vault. Now, vault is essentially a folder where all your notes are stored. On the first launch, you'll be prompted to create a new vault. Choose a name and location on your computer for your vault, and the vault will house all your notes, which are just simple markdown files. And this is the Obsidian interface. I'm going to show you the most basic setup.
Like
get used to that, and then over time, your way of using it will emerge. Exactly what will happen with your ideas. This is all you need to know to get started. Control-N, Command-N on a Mac opens a new note. Give the note a title at the top of the note, and that's also the file name. Linking notes is Obsidian's strength. You create a link by typing double open square bracket and then the name of the file that you want to link to. If that file doesn't already exist, by clicking on it, you will create that file. And tags. Tags help you combine notes into categories. Type a hashtag and then the tag that you want to create. All notes with that tag will be linked, and you can give a note more than one tag. And that's it. That's all you need to know to get you started. There's so much more. You can create folders. There are backlinks showing you how many notes link to the current node. You can look at how many outlinks there are in a particular node. You can search notes and filter the results. There are thousands of plugins. You can make templates for frequently created notes. You can synchronize everything across multiple devices and make your notes look better by learning Markdown. All of this will come. But to start with, create a note, create links, and use tags. And then develop your own system. Why does this work? Imagine you're writing an essay. You do your research, make notes, write them in a Word document, you expand on your ideas, and everything goes in the Word document. When you finish writing the essay, you save your notes, close them, and then move on to the next project. All those thoughts and ideas are trapped in that document and not accessible for any other project. With each project, you create these research and note prisons. Your work from previous projects cannot link to new work. It's kind of lost and wasted. The power of Obsidian is that all your important thoughts and ideas from projects are linked to other important thoughts and ideas from other...
I think Obsidian's a hassle, to be honest. Yeah, it's a hassle in my eyes. Who really cares? Some people use it, some people don't. So yeah, Python is installed. Length 13 is... yes. Close. .org. Okay, let's now open. Let's open Python. Okay. Now watch me whip. Yeah, now watch me nay. Watch me whip. Now watch me nay. Okay, where were we? Yeah. VS Code. Visual Studio. Now will it run? Will it run? Yes, it will. But where's the output? There it is. Now let's clear it. Clear. Okay. This is not the very first Python program I've written. I have actually tried multiple Python programs. Let's make a function. How the hell do you make a function? Yeah, here it is. Yeah, I've made hardware notes. I don't really care. Okay, function. Define function, def, add function. Now you do this and then you do this. Now if if one is greater than 0, print yes, yes, else. In Python, this actually matters a lot. The indentation. In C++, it doesn't really matter. For the sake of for the sake of documentation, it matters, but in the general sense, it does not. Now let's call the function. Now let's call it just to add now I've called it and this should work. Run. And if you make it like -0, integer, is it in an integer value or is it a string? Now let's go to conditionals. CS50. Here it is.
A way you do things in Python, which is to say, we've seen already there's so many different ways to solve certain problems, and in the Python community of programmers, there tend to be some ways that are very
Conditionals.
All right, this is CS50's Introduction to Programming with Python. My name is David Malin, and this week we focus on conditionals. Conditionals are conditions.
Malin actually has a really good way to explain stuff. He's a very interactive teacher.
Statements in Python and other languages are this ability to ask questions and answer those questions in order to decide, do you want to execute this line of code or this line of code or this other line of code instead? They allow you to take the proverbial forks in the road within your own code logically. So how might we go about making some of these decisions? Well, it turns out that Python comes with a lot of built-in syntax. For instance, here are just some of the symbols you can use in Python to ask questions. Admittedly, mathematical questions, but we'll start there if only to keep the example simple early on. This first symbol, as you might know from math, represents greater than. The second symbol might not look too familiar because we usually write it all as one thing on a piece of paper, but on a keyboard, if you want to say greater than or equal to, you'd use this symbol instead. This, of course, means less than. This means less than or equal to. And this one's a bit of a curiosity. We've seen.
Is it copyright free? Are the C50 courses? I think it's probably copyright free. And if it's not, I will take it down.
seen in our look at functions and variables how we were able to assign values to variables using a single equal sign. But that equal sign didn't represent equality, it represented assignment from right to left. That's great because it solved that problem, but it kind of left us in a bit of a bind because how do we now compare two things left and right? Well, in Python and in many languages, you actually use two equal signs. So two equal signs represents equality, comparing the thing on the left and the right. One equal sign, as always, represents assignment, copying the thing from the right to the left. Lastly, this last symbol represents not equal to. So the exclamation point or bang followed by an equal sign means not equal to some value next to it. Well, to ask the questions using these symbols or any others, we're going to need another keyword in Python, and that keyword, quite simply, as in English, is if. You can ask questions in Python code along the lines of, if the answer to this question is true, then go ahead and execute this code for me. So let's go ahead and write some of these examples here. I'm going to go over to VS Code, and let's go ahead and create a program first called compare.py, the goal of which is simply to write code that compares values and makes decisions based on those values. Let's go ahead and type code of compare.py in order to create a brand new file called compare, in which we'll start to express some of this logic. All right, well, what do we want to compare? Suppose we want to compare, for the sake of discussion, just a couple of integers, but we'd like those integers to come from the user so that we can make decisions based on numbers we don't know the values of in advance. Well, let's go ahead and do this. As we've done in the past, let's declare a variable like x. Let's assign it equal to the return value of the int function and pass to the int function the return value of the input function, asking the user a question like what's x question mark, as we've done in the past. Let's do this one more time with y, asking the user for the value of y, and again, converting that ultimately to an int as well. So at this moment in the story, we have two variables, x and y, each of which has values. And ideally, we should be able to now compare these values. So suppose I want to make a decision based on the values of these variables. I'm going to use the keyword if, and I'm going to use some of those mathematical symbols to actually ask the question itself. So how about this? If x is less than y, then let's go ahead and just print as much out. Quote unquote.
The things he is teaching currently, I've literally gotten an A grade in programming, so it doesn't really bother me. Okay. Basically, what you're supposed to do is, well, take any, what do you say? I forgot what was I doing. Yeah, let's make an addition function here. Well, I is basically the variable, and variable a and variable b. We're just gonna call it j. We're gonna basically name the output value y is equal to j plus I plus j, and we're gonna return the value return y. Where is y? Here it is. Now we're going to basically ask x is equal to the integer input. First is gonna be input. Well, is the integer inside or outside? Int is outside. Int input let's say, dang, I've forgotten a whole lot. Give x we're just gonna copy this exact line and paste it like this, y, and give y what was I going to do? Yeah, now I'm just gonna call upon add function, and basically x and x and j. That's right, x and y. Is it running? It's probably gonna run. 4 here, 4 and 4 is equal to 8, and the return value is oh no, that I made a mistake. was supposed to print. Why? That's a mistake. Return value basically assigns. Four and 4 equal 8. That's how it's done. It's quite late, so I'm probably just gonna drop it here. So I guess I'm ending the stream, guys. Why isn't the talking ad coming? Yeah. So I'm gonna end the stream right about now. See you in the next one, I guess. Bye.